The online marketplace benefiting from the stay-at-home play and pop in mask sales as well. Etsy CEO Josh Silverman joins us now for an exclusive interview, and we'll get to some of the announcements you're making on climate, Josh. But first to this question, which all of Wall Street is trying to figure out. What happens to your business? What is happening now that more people are getting vaccinated, that economies are reopening more, including a lot of bricks and mortar retail, which is obviously a competitor?
Well, the most recent guidance we gave was at the end of February, where we said that in the first quarter of 2021, we expect revenues to grow by over 120% year over year. And so obviously the first quarter of the year is still very strong. Now we're lapping much easier comps from last year. What we've seen over the period of COVID is that people haven't been able to go and travel or eat out. So they've been spending more of their money on retail, and they can't go to the mall very easily. So they've been spending more of their retail money on e-tail. But even within e-tail, which grew at an astonishing 40% in 2020, Etsy grew at well over 100%. Etsy's growing more than 2.5 times the rate of e-commerce. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to e-commerce in the near term when people can travel again and eat out again. It's really anyone's guess. But millions of people have discovered Etsy and have turned to Etsy over the past year and had really delightful experiences. And that's what gives me great confidence in both e-commerce and especially in Etsy for the years to come.
What do you see from new users, people that have discovered Etsy, in terms of how often they come back, how often they shop, and also those that come specifically for masks, because it was such a big contributor? Not everything. I know home furnishings and all sorts of categories exploded. But if we do see reduced appetite for masks, what happens to those people?
We've been really pleased with the quality of the new cohorts. And in fact, we said in the fourth quarter earnings call that 40% of people who came for a mask in the third quarter came back for a non-mask in the fourth quarter. So we're really pleased by how people are turning to Etsy and finding that there's a very wide range of things that they can buy on Etsy. And it's just a better buying experience. You're buying something that's made just for you. You're buying it directly from the maker. And it comes with a handwritten note. And that's certainly not something that you get at most other places.
I see one of the metrics, 2 in 3 Etsy sellers say their income has held steady, if not grown, since the start of the pandemic. You must expect in some respects that's got to come down.
You know, it's hard to tell what's going to happen when the world reopens in the very near term. We have been adding more than 1 million new buyers in many weeks of 2020. And those buyers have been having really great experiences. And what our data shows is that the quality of those new cohorts are really strong. So what I believe is when people have now turned to Etsy and they've had a great experience on Etsy, I think they're going to want to come back. I think they're going to want to keep coming back. And, you know, again, what's going to happen in the very near term is people can suddenly travel again and eat out again. You know, it's anyone's guess. But if you think, do I think that e-tail is going to be bigger in 2024 and 2025 than it was in 2020 and 2021? Personally, I think yes. And do I think that Etsy is going to be able to continue to gain share against e-commerce generally? Personally, I think yes. So I think we're a much bigger company now. Etsy's about twice as big as it was 1 year ago. And because of the nature of our marketplace, Etsy gets better as it gets bigger. So I think this is great for our sellers and great for our buyers.
You mentioned market share that you have grown. There's obviously the tough competitors like an Amazon. I don't know if you consider Walmart, eBay, of course, but there's also the social media players that have grand ambitions of getting into shopping, like a TikTok perhaps, or an Instagram or a Facebook. How do you view that? Everyone's going to be chasing this growth if you say it is going to be secular and continued story.
I think they're all competitors. We compete for share of wallet in home furnishings and clothing and jewelry and apparel. We compete across, our sellers compete across many, many categories. What gives me a lot of conviction is that we're not playing the same game everyone else is. Amazon, Walmart, you know, they're building everything stores that are about shipping something to you cheap and fast, which you use, and then it ends up in a landfill, 2 seconds later. And when I look at what other people are trying to do, they're also playing Amazon's game. They're trying to sell you the same commoditized product you can buy on Amazon. So they've just got to convince you that they can either ship it faster or sell it cheaper. And, good luck. Etsy stands for something really different. Etsy is about keeping commerce human. It's about buying from the person who actually made the product. It's about having that product made just for you. Often you're co-creating it with the maker itself, and you're able to do that at a really fair price and have it delivered to you fast enough for most people to meet most needs. And we think that that is just a better way to shop. And I think the more that Amazon succeeds, the more that people are going to be desperate for an alternative to Amazon. And I think no one is better positioned than Etsy to be that alternative.
Are you watching this Alabama union vote for Amazon, Josh, and wondering whether it could have implications for the rest of e-commerce players like yourself? Would you be vulnerable to that sort of thing happening with sellers?
You know, I think the whole world is watching that vote for a wide range of reasons. Our sellers are each extremely independent actors. So I don't think it has any correlation to the relationship with our sellers. Our sellers wake up every day with a broad range of choices for where they can sell online. They're deciding what they want to make. They're deciding how they want to price it. They're deciding how they want to present it. I really don't think that there's an application relative to our seller.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.